Everybody, Chris here. I'm all set to count down the 40 most played country songs in the USA as compiled and ranked each week by MediaBase 24/7 for the chart week of June 8th, 2024. Before I get started counting down this week's biggest hits, let's take a look back at last week's top three. Number 3 was Take Her Home by Kenny Chesney. Number 2 was Halfway to Hell by Jelly Roll. And the number 1 song last week, the fourth number 1 hit by Bailey Zimmerman, Where It Ends. Now the question is, where will Bailey be at this week? We'll find out 39 hits from now. First, we'll get started with Matt Stales, spending a second week at number 40 with his latest Breaking in Boots. Slipping 2 spots to 39, here's Chris Lane with Find Another Bar. Well, we have one re-entry on the chart this week, and here it is at number 38 by Dylan Squared. It's Dylan Marlowe and Dylan Scott with their tune Boys Back Home. And with that one re-entry, we say goodbye to one dropper, and that's Drinking Problems by Dylan Carmichael. Imagine that, another Dylan falling off, replaced by 2 Dylans. Alright, on with the countdown. Up 2 to 37, here's Zac Brown Band with Tie Up. Up 2 to 36, here's Kane Brown and Marshmello with Miles on It. Number 35 for a third week, here's George Burge with Cowboy Songs. Up a couple to number 34, here's Thomas Rhett with Beautiful As You. Inching up 1 to number 33, here's Dierks Bentley with American Girl. At number 32 for a second week, it's Dasha with Austin. And for the fourth week in a row, stuck at number 31, here's Zach Top with Sounds Like the Radio. In their 13th week in the countdown, they slip a notch to number 30, Dan and Shay with Bigger Houses. Leaping 4 spots to number 29, just its third week on the chart, it's Shaboozey with A Bar Song. Up a couple to number 28, here's Luke Bryan with Love You, Miss You, Mean It. Holding at number 27 this week, Brett Young with Dance With You. Slipping 2 spots to number 26, here's Keith Urban with Messed Up As Me. For a second week in a row, here at number 25, here's Parmalee with Gonna Love You. Down 3 spots from 21 to number 24, it's Garth Brooks and Ronnie Dunn with Rodeo Man. Leaping 5 big spots to number 23, just its second week on the chart, here's Lainey Wilson with Hang Tight Honey. At number 22 again this week, here's Justin Moore with This Is My Dirt. And slipping back a spot to number 21, Tim McGraw with One Bad Habit. And here's the fastest climber this week, up 6 notches to number 20, just its second week on the chart. Here's Luke Combs with Ain't No Love in Oklahoma. Holding steady at number 19 this week, here's Dustin Lynch and Jelly Roll and Chevrolet. Easing down a notch to number 18, it's Megan Maroney with I'm Not Pretty. Inching up 1 to number 17, it's 12th week on the chart, Drew Baldridge with She's Somebody's Daughter. And for the 6th week in a row, stuck at number 16, it's Chase Matthew with Love You Again. The song has been on the chart the longest now at 44 weeks, easing down a notch to 15. It's a former top 10 hit by Carly Pearce and Chris Stapleton called We Don't Fight Anymore. And falling back 2 spots from number 12 to 14, here's Chris Young and Young Love and Saturday Nights. And heading 2 spots the other way, up to number 13, here's Morgan Wallen and Ernest with Cowgirls. Inching up 1 to number 12, here's Cody Johnson with Dirt Cheap. And for the 3rd week in a row at number 11, it's Nate Smith with Bulletproof. Alright, with the first of the 10 biggest hits, here's Tyler Hubbard down 6 spots from number 4 to number 10 with his recent number 1 hit, Back Then, Right Now. And with his former number 1 down 2 spots from 7 to number 9, Jordan Davis with Tucson Too Late. And with another former number 1 hit, down 2 spots from number 6 to number 8, it's Sam Hunt with Outskirts. And heading up 2 spots to number 7, it's Jason Aldean with Let You Boys Be Country. Making a big 4-spot jump from number 10 to number 6 this week, newcomer Brian Martin with We Ride. And in just their 3rd week on the chart, they leaped 3 spots from number 8 to number 5. A fast rising hit from Post Malone and Morgan Wallen called I Had Some Help. Inching up 1 to number 4 this week, Ashley Cook with Your Place. The 3rd most played country song for a second week belongs to Kenny Chesney with Take Her Home. And checking in for a second week at number 2 is Jelly Roll with Halfway to Hell. And the number 1 song in country music for the 2nd week in a row belongs to Bailey Zimmerman with his 4th number 1 country hit, Where It Ends. And that is our countdown of the 40 most played country hits this week. Join me again next week. We'll count them down again and find out who's got the number 1 song in the USA.